Sunday afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. This is just I'm gonna bounce around on the open B string and just play notes on the B string and the E string probably, and just these are just random notes with random picking. But what it does is will help you to understand intervals better and to basically understand how these open notes work, right? Open strings, you know. So see, that was just something I made up. Like that's the whole point of doing a lot of the open string stuff. Is you're like honestly, you're actually looking for mistakes that you might make that sound good, right? A good example is so little ideas like that, just as you're playing, because just to break up some of the monotony of the, because you're always gonna have to practice the. This just helps you with timing. And yes, I am picking every note, just so you know. I'm not cheating. I usually pick every note. One time that you may not pick every note is if you're doing runs that are maybe something like this. And, if, you know, there's always exceptions to when either you pick it or you don't, right? And the more you alternate pick, the better you're gonna get at it. It is good to have the metronome going most of the time, but if you're just kind of fooling around playing, um, like I'm probably gonna play something here in a few minutes that is actually gonna be more like practice, but this is just fooling around playing. And I just came on really just to kind of show you the whole open strings, even on the E. B. The reason that this is kind of good to do is you're gonna know, like if you're in the key of G major, E minor, you'll hear I'm gonna play something that doesn't sound right, and you'll hear it right when I do it. B string. So that's out of key. It's not right. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. You bounce around these open notes, you'll open strings. You'll understand that this. So. Anyway, just kind of fooling around. I put out a short or something, but it's just about when you're playing, right? You're just playing. You're fooling around. Um, so just remember, like the more you alternate pick, the better you're gonna get at it. And if you have a metronome going, that's even better. I usually don't play one much anymore unless I'm really trying to learn something that I want to be spot on. Um, then I do. But if not, I mean, as long as you understand the shapes, and I push a lot of the G major, E minor because when I started, that was what pretty much played. That's what a lot of rock songs are played in, G major, E minor, or C major, A minor, which like you'll hear it all the time that C major has no sharps and no flats, right? So it's just A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's all the notes in the progression, right? And that key. In G major, E minor has one F sharp, right? So that's how you understand um, if you make a mistake because first of all it shouldn't sound right, and second of all, if you even if you don't know every note, you don't have every note memorized on the fretboard, like if you hear a note that's wrong, like here, like I'll play F sharp, right? E minor, G major, E minor, major scale. So basically, I flatted the seventh or the sixth. One, two, three, four, five, six. I flatted the seventh, right? And you guys are like, what do you mean? So there's seven notes and seven modes, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and there's, you have, I think, five sharps in there included. But my point is that you have G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Not A, B, C, D, E, F. No, actually, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. See how it sounds wrong? Like you should totally be able to hear that. I mean, not even if you're like a total beginner, like that should stand out. Correct? Wrong. I mean, it may be once you put in. Flat the seventh, it's almost like playing a harmonic minor in a way. That's the harmonic minor, right? G. So it has a very similar sound to the harmonic minor scale. I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there. But like I said, when you're playing, if you play in C, if you play C, it's going to be G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Right? So I just played A major, but I started it. Okay, this is something else that will confuse people. So I played A in the key of C major, A minor, right? But C is our one, right? So C, D, E, F, G. I started on the fifth note, all right? So if I took off and I was going to play, this is theory, so don't get freaked out, but it's a bit of theory. So if I take off and call this one, it's not gonna work right? So it's not, because it's my in the key of C major, A minor, G, C, D, E, F, G is your 5. So you would say 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay, so all that matters, but it matters in the sense, like if you're just jamming, you don't care, like that's fine. But if you're playing stuff and it doesn't sound right, and you're like, why doesn't it sound right? Well, that's because you need to look at where you're playing and look at where you're starting. Look at what key you're in, right? If I was playing G major, this is my 1. If I was playing A major, that would be my 1, right? But in G major, the A is my 2nd, right? Because G is 1, A is 2, B is 3, C is 4, D is 5, E is is 6, and 7 is F sharp. And then we're back to 1. Right? You're back to your G, and then here's your G here. Your octave. So just touching on a little bit of theory will keep you from getting confused about things. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't have to have a big grasp of theory, but it's good to understand it when you're in a jam and you don't understand why things aren't working and why nothing sounds right. Then you put your thinking cap on and use a little bit of theory, and it will help you get out of jam. So anyway, I'm going to post some of this, and then you guys just have a good afternoon. Thanks for all new subscribers.